Okay, so you're gonna have some like this on the assignment. So think of the reasoning that we've used so far. Can you please? Okay. So somehow we need to figure out what x is, and somehow these things are probably going to be equal. Or they might add up to 180. We have to look at the relationship between them. Okay? So if you look at this angle, okay, you know that this angle, shoot. Okay, this angle and this angle would be what?
4x minus 10 degrees.
Yeah. Make sure you get the assignment before you go. I'm recording what we're doing, so it'll be up on the blog and you can look at it. Yep. Mhm. Yep. Okay. Is that everybody? Kelsey, you going? Nope. Okay. All right. So we just said this one must be equal to this one. How come?
Because they're vertically opposite.
They are vertically opposite. Right. Okay. So this one. What about this one and this one?
What one?
This one and this one, they're corresponding. So what's special about them? What about the shape? They are the same. Okay? So we can say 4x minus 10 equals 3x plus 10. Okay, so now we got to get x by itself. What do we do to get x's to one side? Subtract 3x. Subtract 3x. That gets rid of those, right?
Subtract 10 if you're multiplying them equals 10.
You won't be dividing until the last step. It's like you're doing the opposite of BEDMAS, okay? So we end up with x minus 10 equals 10. How do we get rid of that subtracting 10 on this side? Add 10 here, and we'll add 10 here. So what is x going to be?
20.
X equals 20. All right, so how can we figure out these angles then?
Alright, so if 3x plus 10, wait, what would that be 3x plus 10? Would that be 3 times 20 plus 10?
Right, substitute. 3x plus 10 would be 3 times 20 plus 10. So that angle is going to be what? 70. Okay? 3 times 20 is 60 plus 10 is 70. The other angle is 4x minus 10. What should it be?
Should be the same thing.
Should be the same because they're equal, right? So you could pick either. I'll show it anyway, but 4 times 20, what's that?
4 times 20 is 80.
Subtract 10.
70.
Right. So did we have to do both? Nope. Is it a way that you can double check? Yeah.
Can we just assume that it's corresponding and it's going to be equal?
Yep. You don't have to do it that way. Okay. You don't have to do that second calculation. You can do it if you want to double check and make sure that they are equal. But if you know already that they're supposed to be equal, then you should be able to go with just that first one. You have to find, it depends what the question asks you. Okay, if it's just asking you what x is, then go with just x. If it's asking you to find the angles, then you have to find the angle.
So they're 70 degrees?
Yep. 70 degrees. Okay, so this one,
Can we try that one by ourselves?
we'll do this one together. There's a couple harder ones after that I'll get you to try on your own. Okay, that one you can probably actually do fine. Let's look at one of the harder ones. Pick one of these ones.
The second one with the E. Yeah.
This one?
Yeah.
Okay, so we're going to do this one. Okay, so look at how these two angles are related.
They're Z's.
They are alternate interior, right? Okay, so we could say 4x plus 20 equals 6x. So we want to get the x's by itself. This is really just x's alone, so it's probably easier if you move the x stuff to the right. Guys? Okay.
So we subtract 4x.
You subtract 4x from both sides. You can do it either way, but you'll have extra steps if you go the other way.
20 equals 2x.
20 equals 2x. Divide both sides by 2. So x equals 10, right? Okay, if I wanted to find, pardon? You're trying to move the x's so that you end up with just, you have to try and get x's by themselves on one side and the numbers by themselves on the other side so that you can solve and get x alone. Okay, so we had to, because this over here was being added, a positive 4x, you have to add a negative 4x to cancel it out. So it just cancels it out. Okay, so if I asked you what the angle is, what can you do if I want that angle? They're supposed to be the same. So 6 times 10, 6 times 10, so it's 60 degrees. Do I have to do the other calculation? Nope. You can if you want to double check it, but they should be the same. Okay. So the reasoning for this, you said, was they are alternate interior. There's some of these on it. Yeah. Okay. These, no, but they're extra practice of them. So if you want to do them for practice, you can. There's some like them on the assignment. This one, if you look, alternate interior, right? So you could set them equal.
I actually like these better than the ones we've been doing so far.
This one makes an F. They have the same shape. They would be, what would the reasoning be? Corresponding. Okay. This one, same thing. Okay. Make an F corresponding. So this part would be set equal to the, so this one would be set equal to this one. 5x plus 20 equals 70. Find what x is. Okay. The ones here.
Gotta remember to work it out. Like, so I forgot that you have to work it out after you get the x. Like, once you get x, it's not over. So have to put.
It depends on the question. If it's just asking you for the letters, if it's just asking tell me the unknowns, that means find the letter. If it says find the angle as well, then you have to plug them back in. Okay.
This one just says find each unknown on the sheet.
Right. Okay. So this one, you can't combine x's and y's, right? So you got to look and see this one has an x in it and this one has an x in it. So how can we relate those two things together?
They're both x's.
They make a C. They are co-interior. Okay, so they are supplementary. So we would say 5x degrees plus 11x plus 4 equals, what's their sum? When you add the two of them, if they're supplementary, it's always 180. Okay, they are consecutive interior or co-interior. So their sum is 180. So how can I combine these things? 5x and 11x makes how many x's? 16x. I need to get rid of this 4. It's like saying 16x plus 4 is 180. Okay. Subtract 4 from both sides so you get the x's on one side and the numbers on the other. So you get 16x equals 176 divided by 16 on both sides. So what is x? Yep. Does that tell you an angle? Nope. But can you plug it back in and find those angles? Yes. You do the same kind of thing for the y. So you'd say 5y plus 5. You have to watch your signs for things. Running out of space. I'm going to do it over here and then we'll erase it after. Okay, so this one, 5y plus 5 equals, messy. 5y plus 5 There's 1 plus 13y minus 5 equals, same thing, they're supplementary, 180. Okay, are these being multiplied or added? Added. So all you can do is collect the like terms, things that are alike. 5y and 13y makes 5 and negative 5.
0. So 18y equals 180.
Ooh.
So y equals 10.
Divide both sides by 18 and you get 10. Okay, so you could find the angles if you're asked to. If you're just asked to find the unknowns, then you stop when you get the letters. Okay. Any questions about those? Just be careful if it's saying to explain your reasoning that you write down to the side. Like here we said it was consecutive interior. That's how we knew to set them to be equal. Yeah, make sure you sign it.